Eat, Sleep, Box, Compete. Delighted to be joined by the trainer of David Avanesyan, Carl Greaves. Carl, thanks for joining us today. How are you doing? How do you find this conference? Good. What do you think of the setup here? Obviously, we're in Wembley. We're kind of like a weird warehouse area. It's the start of a new era for British boxing. Sky Sports are back. What do you think of the whole setup?
Yeah, exciting. Different format, different way now. Obviously, they're trying to do things different, and they will do. They're very enthusiastic, they've got good plans, and as you see today, a different format and different way of doing things, but all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Just moving on to the fight on Saturday night, going up against Liam Taylor, who's only got one loss in his record against Tyrone a few years ago. Just want to ask, compared to the challenge of Josh Kelly, which obviously a lot of people view that as a 50-55 potentially, how would you compare the toughness of Taylor as an opponent compared to Kelly? Is this a bigger challenge, is it a smaller challenge? What would you say?
Yeah, as a professional, he's a lot more hardened and seasoned than Josh Kelly. I mean, obviously Josh Kelly was a fantastic amateur, former Olympian, the rising star of British boxing. There was a lot of hype around him. We just didn't know how good he was. I mean, obviously he's a good fighter, but David exposed him to a degree. Managed to find a way pretty early. But Taylor's a seasoned ardent pro who's been around more of level below David, should we say, or 2 levels below David. I mean, he's fought at top British level, but he hasn't been in David's David's league at the moment, experience-wise. But other than that, it's a good fight. He's a tough kid, and I know he'll give it everything he's got.
Yeah. Exactly, and I know that David's not looking past Saturday night. I know that you won't be looking past Saturday night. But what's David? I don't know how long David has in his career. I'm not sure what the plan is, but what do you want him to accomplish with the time he has left? Do you want him to fight for that world title, and do you believe that fight can happen next year? And who against?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. I mean, obviously it's his 4th time now with the European title. He won it, and then he's had 3 stoppages, back-to-back stoppages. So. On paper it's a routine defence, nothing's routine in boxing, one punch can change everything. So we're obviously taking Liam Taylor very serious, but moving forward, if we come through this fight, we'd like to push on. As I said before, I don't think anyone's going to be brave enough to give David a voluntary. He's going to have to get in the position of mandatory, where to do that he's going to have to get in the final eliminator and force his send him to a mandatory position. So hopefully that's the plan. We'll see, but like we say, we've got to take Liam Taylor very seriously, get this fight out of the way, and then look at things. But moving forward, yeah, we need a world title fight now. He wants to be world champion again. You've got to bear in mind he's been a world champion, so we want to get back there. I mean, European title is a fantastic title to have. It's ranked high in all the governing bodies, so the next step is a world title. But I think to do that, he's going to have to get a final eliminator.
Yeah, fantastic. And just final question, Carl. I know there were talks about a fight with Conor Benn. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen anytime soon. Do you think there's a chance the world title fight doesn't happen next year? The Conor Benn fight could happen. Do you think their team want the fight? Do you guys want the fight? What are your thoughts?
Listen, let's be honest. It is a backward step for David. It's a big fight, and it will get big numbers in Britain. But we've got to move forward. If Conor Benn is world champion, then we'll have that fight. If he gets offered and he wants to fight David for the European and we've got nothing on the table, let's do it for the European defence and a world title final eliminator. But let's just see. I mean, I don't think they want to fight David. I mean, Conor might personally, I don't know, but I know his team doesn't. But listen, he's a good fighter, Conor, but I just don't think he's ready for David.
Great. Well, Carl, thanks for being so honest with me as always. Thanks very much for your time, and hope we catch up with you on Saturday night.
No problem. All the best. Thank you.
Cheers, Carl.